Peace, love. What are we going to talk about today? Let's get to it. Just step into it and care less. Try it. Shout outs to my lady. Gratitude for my beautiful baby boy on the way named Asani. Gratitude for my beautiful lady. Gratitude for my mindset. And gratitude to the energies attached to me that genuinely and subconsciously and naturally help me be more of myself. And gratitude to you guys watching this. If you're watching this, this is for you. Remember, everything happens for you, not to you. We got to start learning how to step into things. One thing I'm learning is whether negative or positive, duality and separation are illusions that were created in this physical realm. Because understand that you have three planes: mental, physical, spiritual. So now understand that when the idea of separation naturally comes up when discussing things in relevance to this physical aspect, or just in relevance to what you're trying to say, it's allowed. But when you're talking about the idea of stressing and worrying, it is time for you to let go of your stressors and your worries and your doubts. Time to take that leap of faith. I'm going to tell you a story. It's not really a story. It's short, but whatever. So I decide to go down. So I get to the train, right? And when I'm going down the steps, there's a big ass fucking puddle. If you live in Flatbush and you get to the last station, you and I know that on rainy days, there's a big fucking reservoir of fucking water, a fucking pond, fucking ocean. Because that's what the fuck it feels like in the middle of the steps. You got the steps, you come down and you have to hop over that motherfucker. Now, mind you, I'm wearing Yeezys, right? So the mesh is already thoughts and relevance to the mesh can't handle this, right? The 350s. So I had to get to the train. I ended up leaving early. I did get to work early. I just took a leap of faith. And I took a leap of faith by letting go of all things. And when I did that shit, oh man, let me plug in the fucking charger, because you know you gotta charge phones. But anywho, I took a leap of fucking faith and I made it across the puddle, right? The ocean. It's crazy how it subconsciously is a puddle now. It's exactly what it is when I just told you what I genuinely did. Remember, I described it as an ocean. It started to evolve because of the idea of how I feel it was. Remember, a lot of things that you're feeling, the representation that spirit creates, or your human self, I should say, because spirit is chilling. Your human self creates, it always over-exaggerates things it's afraid of. You gotta ask yourself, why am I afraid of this? You know what I'm saying? Why am I afraid to make a mistake? How can you be afraid to make mistakes when you've been making mistakes your whole life? That's why I say it's best to give up. Give up on everything. Because in this reality, everybody assumes giving up is bad. No. You ever heard this saying in church? Let go and let God. It's like let go and let spirit. Let go and let you. You have to understand. Overthinking a future you can't control, or overthinking a past you can't change, takes you away from the present, and that is not healthy. So now we got to learn to create better coping mechanisms. That's the idea. Let's create better coping mechanisms, right? And I was talking to my beautiful lady in the Uber this morning on our way to the vet to pick up some drugs for my dog, you know, so he doesn't have fleas and shit. I got to give it to him tonight, by the way. But I got to get some cheese so I can roofie him. That's funny. But I was sitting there talking to her and she was balancing. And, I could see that she was. So what I genuinely did, yeah, just seen my guy Rufus. He came by to say hi with his son. His son is so cool. He used to show me pictures of his son when he was younger, and his son is a great artist, so I got to meet them just now. I got to meet his son. I haven't seen Rufus in about a year or 2 years because he used to relieve me at work. Anywho, all right, so, I was talking to her, and I realized she was balancing and she was flowing. One thing I think we need to understand is the idea of we need to learn how to cope, right? So as I'm seeing her balance, one thing I know is that that's my beautiful lady. So in my mind, I let go of all aspects of, and I didn't give a fuck, And then before you know it, I was able to talk to her from a very soft space. Because one thing I do is I'm calm, sound, and I'm grounded in me. And I've learned to work on my delivery while still being myself, but I've worked on my delivery in relevance to how I be myself. And I love my woman. Not only is she pregnant, but it's the idea that I have to be mindful of myself, and she's a version of me, and I'm a version of me, but I was able to let go and just flow. And that's the idea when it comes to letting go. It's when you let go and you stop caring and you stop giving a fuck, your mindset changes. It's like spirit gives you everything. Like, I got another story for you. So I'm playing Monopoly. I love that game, right? As I'm playing, and I'm really good at the game, but the game teaches you an idea of letting go. So I'm playing the game, and I start off with this tactic where I usually give. I give, and giving is good. That's how you get more. I give. I go against the idea of the game, and I give up properties and bring bro money down. So I was playing this guy last night, and he had opened up Baltic Avenue for houses, and I had Boardwalk. The motherfucker would not land on Boardwalk, but I would always land on Baltic Avenue, right? And he would take my money. And, as I'm sitting there, smoking my stuff, as I take that puff, he sends me a deal, right? And as I'm sitting there puffing, watching Tory Lanez, free Tory, man, great artist, and I'm watching his music and shit, he throws me a deal where he offers to give me all his money. He had $2,000, right? I gave him all the properties. That's the crazy part, all of it. I think I was so smacked I didn't even realize. I gave it to him, but spirit knows what it's doing because that's another form of letting go. It was supposed to happen. So he gives me all the money. I build hotels on Boardwalk, right? And out of nowhere, stuff changed. He ends up landing on Boardwalk, and that's 2,000. It takes away all his shit, right? I end up selling the Pacific as I bought Pacific for a decent amount, so when he came around that corner, as I built the house, he didn't have time to build houses. He had to land on my shit. But my point behind this is this. When you let go, you get everything that you need. And mind you, I was not focused on winning the game. I just was like, fuck, why doesn't he land there? But I wasn't stressing it. And then look, I got everything that I needed. And that game was about an hour. I guess he wasn't patient anymore. But be patient with yourself, let go, and just step into it. The more you just step into it is the more you discover. Emotions Made Easy is here. Check my website at blackraps.com. Go to my profile. You can click it. And I can help you with therapy. I'm here to help everybody genuinely. So just know you will always make it. And if you feel like you're not, get a cheap therapy session from me. And trust me, it'll change your vibe. Because I know you're already changed right now. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Gotti fan. Love.